Hey, my name is Ali. I'm a solution engineer at ConductorOne. Hey everyone, my name is Ali. I'm a solution engineer at C1, and today is our video series of the HTTP connector. So previously we talked about our custom connectors, why they matter, how we leverage them, the fact that we have HTTP SQL and full-on SDK. But one of the things that we want to talk about today is really how the HTTP connector makes things easier and simpler for you. First of all, I'd like to talk about the flexible resource model and what that means. The flexible resource model means that you can literally define your resources as you go through the HTTP connector, meaning you don't have to define everything. It's not going to yell at you because you forgot something. So most of the time people start with their users, right? So this is easy. So you define your user type, right? And this, remember, this is YAML. So you define your user type and you say, I want to make a request to this URL, right? And then we're going to have a URL in here. That's basically going to instruct the HTTP connector to make a request to this URL. You can also give it more instructions such as how to authenticate, for example, or how to paginate. And then later on is going to get the response, right? We just call it response. And then you really need to map. So if the response has an ID, then we map that into ConductorOne data model. So I'm going to do user.id, for example, or name, and so on and so forth. But this is simple, right? This is just a user resource. It's easy. So what we're gonna do here is, let's assume that your product has, I don't know, the API has a project, right? So we're gonna wipe this here, right? And we want to get a list of projects. Some of you may ask, why do I need a list of projects? And maybe they have permissions, right? Users are assigned to these projects. We can just call it proj, right? Doesn't have to. I mean, we have time here to say, we have space here to say project, right? So now I'm going to say you need to go to the project URL, right? And this is going to basically have its own instructions in here. That's fine. And then we're going to get back the response and we're going to say, okay, HTTP connector, I want you to get the project ID. It's important for me to map it. I want to get the project name. That's also important for me to map. I also want to, for example, maybe get the project metadata, if it's got metadata that you want to keep in ConductorOne, right? And then later on, I'm going to say, you know what? This project has people associated with it. ConductorOne's HTTP connector can figure that out on the fly. You can say, these are the grants. Again, make a request to whatever URL is going to get us the users. And then we simply get to map them back in the response to the users that we got from our other resources. So the idea behind this is zero coding required. You simply define your project resources, map them, and ConductorOne is going to have the results in the platform. And guess what? In 20 minutes, you can probably do a user access review on your projects that have users associated with them. That's all for now. We'll see you guys in another episode.